Hi everybody and welcome to the Mental Toughness and Body Show. My name is Rob Evans and I'm your weight loss coach, health strategist and internationally published author, helping take your life, your business, your health, fitness, mindset and body from where you are right now to being an unstoppable version of yourself. And today I want to talk to you about sleep performance. Or performance sleeping. I have spoken about sleep before, but I want to talk about it again because I'm doing a number of sessions with people at the moment that are coming up against these roadblocks or stagnation, or they're in a rut with their transformation. And I really wanted to highlight the importance of sleeping and how we need to do this performance style of sleeping so that we can get the absolute best out of our bodies, the best out of our health, the best out of our mindsets. This isn't just about a body and health transformation. This is also so that you can perform at your absolute best. Now, in order for you to perform at your best, all these things are linked. And you can say, well, if you're sleeping at your optimum, then obviously you're going to be in a healthier mind space. You're going to be better rested. You're going to be able to work out better. You're just going to feel more vibrant, alive, focused, energized to get more done. But most people don't think about sleep in a way that they may think about performance in other areas of their life, whether it's performance for your business, becoming a top 1% earner in your field, being able to tour the world and do the things that you do, being able to just stay at home and do the things that you want to do via Zoom because we're stuck in this pandemic. Whatever it is, I want you to think about your sleep like an athlete, okay? If you have a look at your high-performance athletes, you talk to any high-performance athlete and they'll talk about the same thing. What is one of the most important aspects to their performance? And it's sleep. Why? Because they train hard, they work hard, they eat hard, as in they work hard on their nutrition, and also they need to sleep very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Sleep in a very relaxed and deep way so that their bodies can repair and recover. So I want to cover highlight some key points here that are going to help maybe trigger something in you and give you a bit of knowledge that perhaps you didn't even know before. Now, when it comes to your sleep, most of us can generally operate on 6 to 8 hours sleep. I think if you can get 7 to 8, then you're going to perform better. For many years, I've operated on 6, but where I do perform better, both for my workouts, but also my energy levels to stay creative and energized, I do find that around that 7-hour mark is probably where I am at my best. But most of the time, I am getting around 6 to 6.5 hours. I think any less than that and you start to suffer. You can do it for a while, but you can't do it for years and years without it having an impact. And what I would challenge you with is give yourself a little bit more and see what the impact is. It may not necessarily happen bang, just like that, but over an accumulation of time, you'll find that you're a little bit more rested. Now, here's a key thing for you. The number of hours sleep that you get before the clock strikes midnight, the better off it is for your body. It's just there's something in our brains that enables us to perform better if we get more sleep before midnight. Now, for most of us, it's probably going to be an hour to 2 hours before midnight, but that's really powerful. For me, I generally get up around 5 a.m. every morning. So for me, that really means I need to be asleep by 12 if I'm going to get 7 hours, which is normally why I get 6 to 6.5, because it's normally 10:30, 11 o'clock, and that's assuming I sleep soundly. But if you think about your high-performance athlete, can they go out and perform, thrash their bodies over and over and over again if they don't sleep? No. Can you operate at your best when you're tired, when you're run down? No, you can't. So sleep is just so important. If you think about that athlete, how can they possibly put their bodies through what they do day after day, week after week, training very, very hard as well, it becomes really difficult for them. Their bodies wear down, they get tired. Physically, they get tired. They find they'll start to get injuries because the muscles break down. They're not recovering as quickly as they used to, perhaps. And the older you get, like me, like I'm in my early 50s, and I find that, particularly for my workouts, it takes me longer now to recover between workouts. I push myself really hard. I don't recover as quickly. It's just a breakdown of my physiology. I need more time to recover. Now, you might not be a high performance athlete, but you're a high performer. And even though the way I'm describing this is using high performance athletes as an example, because most people can relate to it. They can relate to the person running around a football oval or taking hard bumps or, touring the world and playing tennis. Like you think about the tennis players, they're spending so much time on the road. Well, they're starting to travel again now. So much time on the road. They're running around the court. They're training constantly. They're doing it in a different country, different time zones. Sleep is so important for them. Otherwise, they're also not concentrating, are they? And what if they're not concentrating? They miss a ball, they miss a shot, they're just tired, they're more likely to injure themselves. So most people, you can relate to that because you can see it. But even though you may not be a high performance athlete, you are a high performer. And the equivalent for you in terms of running around the court and doing all those things is whatever's going on in your mind. How can you get more out of yourself, out of your mindset to get more done in your business, to get more done in those particular areas of your life? If you are run down and tired, then things suffer, things get missed, you lose money, you miss opportunities. All of those things are the same as what happens on the sports field. It's just that their meaning to you is slightly different. A missed opportunity could be you miss a deal. You miss that opportunity to build a relationship. You miss that sale because you're tired, you said the wrong thing, you weren't listening properly. You're not as creative when you're tired. I certainly am not. I find that my best creative time is first thing in the morning when I'm fresh. My brainwave cycles are moving faster and I just find that I'm just clearer thinking. When I'm fatigued, the last thing on my mind is about being creative. Except being creative about where I'd like to be sleeping. That's about it. So it's so important that you think about high performance sleeping. I want you to plan your sleep in the same way that you would plan other high performance areas of your life. Because if you don't focus on this, guess what? It's not going to be the optimum. You're not going to get a great result there. So important to make sure that you have a very consistent sleep pattern. You need to go to bed approximately the same time every single day. I work with some clients, some young ones that don't have good sleep habits, have a lot of trouble sleeping, are up very late at night, early in the morning, playing games, doing stuff on Facebook, their phone, being in bed, looking on their phone, doing all those sorts of stuff, only getting like 3, 4, maybe 5 hours sleep. And because they're young, of course they can keep doing this for a while, but it has a great impact on their training. They're not making as much progress as they could be because their bodies aren't recovering properly. Their appetite is then kind of linked to their lack of sleep. So they feel like they're attracted to more, if I just say in inverted commas, junk food, high calorie food, high carbohydrate food because they're tired. They can't be bothered, don't have the energy to make a healthier meal or get a healthier meal. So they're drawn to that fast food, quick, easy options that they feel like in their head is going to fill that gap that they've got. But it doesn't. It just doesn't work that way. So their results stagnate. And I guess sleep is a little bit like food in terms of people's training and improving their health and fitness. A lot of people think, even if they're overweight or even if they're underweight, they think all I need to do is start training, get some accountability from a trainer to just turn up at the gym, have somebody kick my butt so that I can just work hard and the rest will come. It does not work like that at all. It's a bit like saying, if you just get coaching, the results are going to come. Well, yes, everybody needs coaching, but you could get the best coaching in the world. If you don't then act on that coaching advice, you're not going to get the results. Same deal. Nutrition as part of your training is so fundamental. If you don't fuel yourself with the right food, you're not going to get the results. Now, if you take an extreme example and just take somebody that needs to lose like 20, 30, 40, 50 plus kilos and they're sedentary, they have poor eating habits. If you just introduce some light exercise, then chances are over the first few weeks, they're going to just lose some weight naturally because they're just now being more active. But they're going to get to a point where that is no longer going to work. And unless they change their eating habits, it's not going to give them the optimum health and the optimum fitness body that they want to achieve. I need you to think about sleep in the same way. If you don't have the optimum level of sleep for you, then you're not going to perform at your best. You're not going to get the level of health and fitness that you want. A few days ago, I mentioned about immunity, how to build your immune system. Sleep is so important. If you are run down, tired, lethargic, you are more susceptible to get illnesses. If you aren't properly rested, you're not going to perform your workouts well. You're going to get injured. You're not going to be performing at your best as far as your business goes, as far as relationships go. All of those opportunities that you may be missing as a result of you just not being as focused as you were once before. So I want you to think about your sleep as a key component of your high performance. Depending on your age, it's going to depend on how much sleep you need. Depending on your status, if you are a performance athlete, is going to depend on how much sleep you need. A high performance athlete needs more sleep than an everyday person. Why? Because they're putting their body through so much. They need to recover. They need to rest as much as possible so that their body is ready for that next event. Think about the tennis players. Tennis players, they're playing a match at their highest level every couple of days. Think about your cyclist that's in the Tour de France. They need to be ready every single day. They have a couple of days of rest where they're not racing, but they still get out on their bikes and they're riding. So they're pretty much riding every single day for the whole year because they need to keep their legs in tune. They need to make sure that they are fueling themselves the right way and they're getting so much rest. And that can be hard for a performance athlete because they just want to go. And to think about rest as being a key part, so doing nothing, if you like, is a key part of their recovery and their high performance, really does their head in. But it's so important, so important. I've spoken to a number of Olympic athletes and many of them struggle to sleep the night before a final or the afternoon before a final, but they know how important it is for them to be able to get that rest so they can just put their mind at rest as well. Because here's the thing, you as a high performer are going to have a really active mind. Like my mind is going all the time, and I find by the time I do get to the weekend, I must take some time out to put my mind at rest. And part of that is sleeping, part of it is just not thinking about work, doing something else, watching a movie, something where my mind is just taken somewhere else, where I'm not thinking about the day-to-day grind, that next thing, that next opportunity, the creative opportunity, what's got to be done, where I am in terms of my 90-day strategy, all of those things. So you've got to think about it as a key part of your success. You have to practice it. You have to work out what's the right amount of sleep for you. My strength and conditioning coach, he wants me to get 7 to 8 hours or more. He said the key for you, the key for my growth this year and achieving what I want to achieve in terms of getting the extra muscle that I want to, he says it's going to come down to very much how well you're sleeping, how much sleep you're getting. And he said if you think you've slept enough, sleep some more. That's how important it is. Now, this comes from somebody that's at the leading edge of high performance in their field and has worked with the top quality athletes all around the world and just knows how important sleep is for an athlete. But I like to think of it in terms of just any type of high performance. High performance thinking, you are going to be best when you are more rested. Consistent sleep patterns, healthy lifestyle, consistent water intake, that's a high level of water intake to flush out your system, and a highly balanced nutrition plan to support all that, all will help you perform at your optimum. If you want to know more about this and how you can get the right type of exercise plan to suit you, the right type of workouts to be suiting you, you do not need to have any equipment to do the types of workouts that I do. If you're a high performance athlete and need access to a gymnasium and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment, then great, I can create that program for you as well. But if you don't know how to get started, if you want to get the edge for yourself, whether you be in a competitive space or whether you just want to be the best version of you, go to the mentaltoughnessandbodyshow.com, opt in for a free consultation. Let's talk about where the gaps are in your life and how we can close them. Stay safe. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.